let's lay down on our backs to start and bring one hand to our heart and one hand to our belly. Close your eyes. So see if you can slow the breath way down. Notice how when you use the mind to try to consciously slow the breath, the mind gets quieter because you're giving it a job, something to do, so it's not just bouncing around. So just by using a little bit of discipline, and instead of just breathing the way we naturally breathe, kind of shallow and automatically, just by deepening that breath, we're choosing to come into this moment a little deeper. Maybe there's still thoughts happening, but we're trying to go a little deeper than where those thoughts are. Coming into that heart space, becoming aware of the inner body. So Osho says that the mind is not a thing, but an activity. He says when people come to masters to find peace of mind, they have them look inside, look for the mind, pinpoint it for me so that I can bring peace there. And when they look and they're like, wait, where is it? It's not a thing. It's a happening, an activity. And sometimes that makes it easier to say, well, I can just opt out of that activity. So maybe there's still activity, there's still thoughts. You're just moving into this space where you're not affected by them. You're not attached to them because you're not identifying with them. The simplest way to think about that is like you feel hunger in your stomach. And there's two different ways to look at it. Usually we just say, I am hungry. Now we've identified with this thought that makes it feel like we need something to be okay or to survive. But if we can be unattached to it and just notice there's hunger here, then it's a different experience. So I just invite you to have a different experience today, to let the yoga be the practice of discipline that allows us to go a little deeper than the thoughts. A lot of times we can access this place in meditation, but as soon as our eyes are open or we start to move, we lose this connection. So I'm inviting you today to stay with this connection, even as we start to move our bodies. See if you can stay in this place of awareness, of presence. So keeping this deep connection with the breath, hug your knees into your chest and start to move however it feels good. Maybe rocking side to side across your spine. And then we'll slowly rock up to a seat when you feel ready. All right, so ground down into the sit bones and imagine you could inhale a little more length into your spine and fill all the way up. Now press your heart forward a little bit as you lift the shoulders, draw them back, and then let them slowly sink down the back. Inhale the arms up, squeeze your palms together and lift everything a little higher, but keep the shoulders softening down the back. Now slowly hinge forward, keep your sit bones grounded, let your head be heavy, and let each exhale help you sink in just a little more. Slowly walk it over to the right, maybe placing the left hand on top of the right. Inhale a little more length into the whole left side of your body. Fill all the way up. Exhale, soften through the shoulders. Let the head be heavy. Sink in. Drag your right hand in a little closer to that knee and peel the left hand up towards the ceiling, opening your heart up towards the ceiling. Press the left sit bone down, reach through the fingers. Maybe the right elbow lowers to the ground. Relax your head and your neck. Inhale, come back to center, squeeze the palms, reach up, fill up. Exhale, hinge forward, let your head become heavy. So we're giving the mind two functions here so that it's not bouncing around. Making each breath as deep and slow as possible. And on every inhale, we're creating space, whether that means finding a little more length or filling the body a little bit more to expand. And every exhale, we're finding softness. We're letting go of some of that tension in the shoulders, the eyes, the jaw. Walk it over to the left. Maybe right hand places on top. Head gets heavy, shoulders are even. As you press the right sit bone down, imagine you could inhale length into that whole right side and fill all the way up, and then take one more sip. Make the exhale last just as long as you soften anywhere you can. Drag the left hand in a little closer to the knee, peel the right hand up, open the heart, and then reach through the fingers. Press that right sit bone down and inhale, lengthen. Hold on to it. Exhale, soften. Let something go. Slowly come back up. Squeeze your palms together. Lift everything up. Then bring your hands to the heart, and maybe your head can drop back a little bit here. And now bring your chin parallel to the ground and let your head fall forward. Start to really press the hands together and feel the upper middle back starting to open. Soften through the traps. Let your head fall heavy. One more breath. And slowly come back to center. Let the hands float down by your sides. Now, bring the legs straight out in front. Bring the hands behind you, fingers pointed towards you. Root into the fingers and knuckles and lift the heart up. Maybe you can drop the head back. If that feels like too much on the neck, keep the chin drawing in towards the chest. But really press into your fingers to lift the heart, and then soften through the traps and the shoulders. Slowly come back up, bring your feet flat on the ground, and lift your hips up. Keep your knees stacked right over your ankles. Try to get your whole body parallel to the ground. And then lift your right foot up and point and flex and point and flex. One more time. And switch. Plant the right foot down, lift the left foot up, and point and flex. Point and flex. One more time. Lower that foot back down. Now we're just going to slowly come up to standing at the top of the mat. Start pressing your feet down and lifting your quads up. And imagine you could inhale and grow just a little bit taller. Exhale, grow visibly softer. Relax through the shoulders and the face. Now sink a little weight into the heels. Inhale, reach your arms up. Squeeze your palms together, lift everything up. Exhale, turn and twist to the right. Keep the left hip drawing back so your hips stay square to the front. Gaze back at the right hand. Peel that right shoulder back just a little more. Inhale back to center. Press the feet down. Reach up. Fill up. Exhale, turn and twist left. Right hip drawing back, left shoulder drawing back. Don't forget to soften on the exhale. Inhale, come back to center. Squeeze the palms, lift up. This time as you exhale, turn and twist to the right. Bend the knees, sit in the chair. Stick the booty back more. Peel that right shoulder back one more time. And then soften. Press into the feet. Inhale, back to center. Lift up. Maybe find a little backward bend. Exhale, turn and twist left. Sit in the chair. Peel that left shoulder back. Inhale, back to center. Press the feet down. Lift the heart up. Maybe you go back. Exhale, hands to heart. And hands down by your sides. Press into the feet. Use your whole inhale to bring the hands together above the head. Lift them up. Find a little more space. Exhale. Dive into that space. Heart first. Hinging right at the hips. Draw the belly in and up out of the way so you can fold a little deeper. And then inhale to lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. We're going to do 3 more inhales to half lift. See if you can find a backward bend here, almost like cat-cow, arching your back. On the exhale, round, tucking the chin in, rounding the spine. One more inhale, see how long you can make it last. See if you can find more length in the spine as you find that little backward bend. One more slow, steady exhale as you round everything out, pressing through the feet. One more time, deepest, slowest breath. Shine the heart forward, roll the shoulders back. Exhale, fold. Now plant the hands and step back to plank. Find this nice long line of energy here. Root into your fingers and knuckles more to protect the wrists. Find length in the back of your neck. Slowly roll to the outside edge of the left foot and peel the right hand up. Lift the hips a little higher. Now lower the left knee down and slide that left foot back behind you like a little kickstand and reach the right arm up alongside the ear and lengthen the whole right side of the body. Scoop the hips forward a little bit towards the long edge of the mat. Soften the shoulder away from the ear. Relax your head and your neck. Reach through the fingers. Now inhale, come up. Bring your right hand to your right thigh. Reach your left hand up and over. Take a deep breath here. Let something go. And then plant the left hand back down. Lift the right leg and the right arm back up. Now plant the right hand down. Keep the right foot lifted. Curl the left toes under and lift up like three-legged dog. Come up high on the tippy toes and then sink into that heel a little bit. Set the right foot down to meet the left. Bend the knees and then sink into the heels, downward facing dog. Pedal it out if you need to. Root into the fingers and knuckles more. Let your head be heavy. Now slowly walk your hands back to meet your feet. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Now slide your fingers under your toes, palms facing up, and then walk your feet forward to the front of the mat, stepping on your hands all the way. Let your head stay heavy. Let your breath stay deep. Once you get to the top of the mat, inhale, shine the heart forward, lengthen the spine. Hold on to this inhale a little longer. Exhale, fold, belly in and up, head pulls down towards the feet, shoulders soften up away from the ears, and release your hands, press into your feet, slowly roll it up, arms and head heavy. Grow a little taller, fill your body with this inhale as the arms come up, squeeze the palms together, lift everything up. Exhale, hands to heart, and then hands down by your sides. Inhale, the arms right back up. Take your time. Press into the feet. Exhale, lengthen forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, step back to plank. Find this nice long line of energy. Roll to the outside edge of your right foot. Peel the left hand up. Lift the hips a little higher. Then lower the right knee, slide the right foot behind you, and reach the left arm up alongside the ear. Inhale, find a little more length. Exhale, see where you can soften. Next inhale, come up, left hand, left thigh. Right hand reaches up and over. One more breath here. Don't forget to use this inhale to lengthen and expand your body. Don't forget to hold onto this exhale as long as you can and soften. Plant the right hand, lift the left foot and the left hand. Keep the left foot lifted as the left hand plants and the right toes curl under. Lift up like three-legged dog. Head is heavy, come up on the toes, and then sink into that heel. Set the left foot down, bend into the knees, and then sink into the heels, softening the traps away from the ears to create some space there. Settle into your downward facing dog. Slowly walk your hands back to meet your feet. Inhale to lift up halfway. And exhale to fold. Slide your hands under your feet. Walk to the front of the mat. Let your head stay heavy. Stay with your breath. When you get to the top, use that inhale to find length and shine the heart forward a little more. Roll the shoulders back. Exhale, fold. Pull your head down to the feet. Release your grip. Slowly roll up. Arms and head heavy. Inhale, arms up overhead. Maybe you find a little backward bend. Exhale, hands to heart. And hands down by your sides. Inhale, arms up. Squeeze your palms together. Lift up. Exhale, turn and twist right. Keep drawing the left hip back. Inhale, back to center. Take your time. Exhale, turn and twist left. Left shoulder draws back a little more. Gaze follows. Press into the feet. Inhale, back through center. This time, exhale, turn and twist right. Sit in the chair by pressing your booty back more. Roll that right shoulder back more. Inhale, back through center, little backward bend. Exhale, turn and twist left. Sit in the chair. Inhale, back to center. Squeeze the palms and lift up. And now sit in the chair, pressing the booty back. Sink some weight into the heels. Pull the belly in, and then turn and twist to the right. Pull that right shoulder back more. Now we're going to find a twist here just from a slightly different angle. First, bring the left elbow outside the right knee. Use this leverage to roll the right shoulder back. Reach the right arm straight up, and then bring the right hand down, place it right on top of the left, and press it down into that left hand to roll the right shoulder back, to twist the spine open. Feel the heart opening as it rolls up towards the ceiling. And imagine this inhale could lengthen the spine and the back of the neck. And this exhale could soften all that tension in the back, the shoulders, the jaw. All right, now open the arms up, gaze up at the right hand, keep rolling the right shoulder back, and then slowly step the left foot back. Crescent lunge with a twist here. Now slowly lift the upper body upright, gaze back at the right hand, and then let the right hand find the left thigh. As you sink into the right knee, reach the left hand up. Maybe you sink into the left heel just a little bit. And then cartwheel the hands down. Shoot the right foot up and back, three-legged dog. Bend the knee, open the hips. Let the head stay heavy as you twist open here. Try not to let that right armpit lift up. Sink into the heel a little bit. Root into the fingers and knuckles a little more. Soften through the traps. And come back downward facing dog. Bend the knees. And then sink into the heels. Inhale up on the tippy toes. Ripple forward into plank. And then lower your knees, come forward a little, lower the chest, and then the chin, untuck the toes, flatten down to the belly, hands under shoulders, elbows hugging in against the body and reaching back for the feet. Press into the feet and lift the heart up. Now see if you can reach the hands back by the sides, palms facing up, and roll the shoulders back to lift the heart just a little more. Press down into the tops of the feet to lift the heart just a little more. And release. Bring your hands under your shoulders. Press it back to child's pose. Curl the toes under. Slowly lift up, downward facing dog, sinking into the heels. Shift your gaze up between your hands, bend your knees, and walk or hop to the top. Inhale to lift up halfway. And exhale to fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Press into the feet. Come all the way up. Find a little deeper backward bend. Exhale, hands to heart. And hands down by your sides. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, turn and twist your body to the right. Peel that right shoulder back. Draw that left hip back. Inhale through center. Take your time. See how long you can hold on to this inhale. See how much length you can find. Exhale, turn and twist to the left. Soften. Let something go. Inhale back to center. Press the feet down. Reach up. Exhale, turn and twist right. Sit into the chair. Roll that right shoulder back just a little bit more. Inhale back through center, reach up. Exhale, turn and twist left, sit in the chair. Inhale back to center. And now sit into the chair. Turn and twist your body to the left. Hook that right elbow outside the left knee for leverage and use it to peel that left shoulder back. Reach the left hand straight up and then place it on top of the right and press down into the right to peel that left shoulder back. Rolling the heart towards the thumbs, maybe placing them on the center of the chest. A little more weight in the heels, belly comes in, booty lowers down, twisting the heart open, then open the arms up and keep peeling that left shoulder back. Slowly step the right foot back, finding that crescent lunge with a twist. Then lift the upper body upright, gaze back at the left hand, and then the left hand finds the right thigh as you sink into the left knee and reach the right hand up. Cartwheel hands down, shoot the left foot up and back, three-legged dog. Bend the knee and open the hips. Let your head stay heavy. Let your breath stay deep. Slowly come back to downward facing dog. Inhale, ripple forward into plank. Rock forward on the toes, lower your shoulders to elbow height, and then untuck your toes and pull your heart forward and lift it up. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Inhale, ripple forward into plank. Roll to the outside edge of the left foot. Peel the right hand up. See if you can lift the right foot up. Keep the right foot lifted as you plant the right hand and come up like three-legged dog, maybe walking the hands back just a little bit. Come up on the toes and then sink into the heel. And then slowly walk the hands back to standing splits, letting your head be heavy, letting your breath be deep, reaching the right foot up, softening anywhere you can. Slowly come all the way up to standing, bring the right knee with you. Lift that right knee as high as you can, and then kick the right foot out in front. Bring the hands to the hips and point and flex and point and flex. One more time. Now bring the knee back in as high as you can. Open it out to the right to open the hip, and then straighten the leg out to the side. Keep pressing down into the left foot. Now point and flex and point and flex. One more time. All right, now bring the right knee right next to the left as the heel comes in towards the glute. Now hinge forward so everything gets parallel to the ground. Bring the hands to the heart. Lower the hands down, shoot the leg back up high like standing splits. And then walk the hands forward like three-legged dog. Come up on the toes, sink into the heel. Lower the right foot, bend the knees, sink into the heels, downward facing dog. Inhale, ripple forward into plank. Roll to the outside edge of the right foot. Peel the left hand up, maybe lift the left foot up. Lower the left hand, come back, three-legged dog, walking the hands back a little. Up on the toes, then sink into the heel. Then slowly walk the hands back to that standing splits. Let your head be heavy. Let your breath be deep. Soften the traps away from the ears. Slowly come to standing, bring the left knee with you. Hug it in nice and high. Hands to hips, straighten that leg out in front. And point and flex. And point and flex. One more time. Bring the knee back in up high. Drag it out to the left to open the hip and straighten that leg out. And point and flex. Point and flex. One more time. Bring your knees to touch as that left heel comes towards the glute. Hinge forward, bring your hands to your heart. Shoot that leg back so it's parallel to the ground, just like the body. Lower the hands down, shoot that leg back up like standing splits. Walk the hands forward like three-legged dog. Come up on the toes. Sink into the heel. Lower the left foot. Bend the knees. Sink into the heels, downward facing dog. See if you can stay with this breath just a little bit longer. Slowly walk your hands back to meet your feet. Inhale to lift up halfway. And exhale to fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Come all the way up. Find a little backward bend. Exhale, hands to heart. And hands down by your sides. Lift the right knee in and up as high as you can. And now use your peace sign fingers to hook around that big toe with your elbow on the inside of the knee. And then kick through your right heel. Maybe you can straighten the leg. You can bring the left hand to the hip if it helps. Now lift up through the heart. Inhale, lengthen anywhere you can. Exhale, soften anywhere you can. If you feel steady, bring that leg out to the right, kicking out to the side now. If you feel steady, gaze out over the left shoulder. Keep kicking through that heel. Slowly come back to center. Keep kicking through the heel. Lower your head down to touch your knee. Slowly come back up. Keep your foot lifted, but release your grip. And point. And flex. And point. And flex. One more time. Lower the right foot down to meet the left. Now sink into the heels, sit into the chair. Sweep your arms forward and up. Reach up out of the waist on the inhale. Let something go on the exhale. Press into the feet, stand up, find a little backward bend to the top. Exhale, hands to heart. And hands down by your sides. Lift your left knee in and up. Peace sign fingers of the left hand, hook that big toe. Kick through the heel, right hand to the hip. Inhale finds length, hold on to this breath. Exhale finds softness, hold on to it just as long. If you feel steady, drag it out to the left. Keep kicking through the heel. If you feel steady, gaze out over the right shoulder, maybe peeling that right shoulder back just a little more. Slowly come back to center. Keep kicking through the heel as you lower the head down towards the knee. Come back up. Keep your foot lifted. Release your grip. Point your toe and flex. Point and flex. One more time. Lower the left foot down to meet the right. Sink into the heels. Sweep your arms forward and up. Sit into the chair a little lower and then fold forward. Slowly walk your hands forward into plank. Roll to the outside edge of the left foot. Peel the right hand up. Lift the hips a little higher. Lift the right leg up. Plant the right hand down. Come back, three-legged dog. Walking the hands back a little. Come up on the toes and then exhale. Draw your knee all the way to your nose and step it through like crescent lunge. Knee over ankle. Shoulders over hips. Press the right knee forward. Find your breath. Now keep your heart lifted, draw your elbows towards each other behind you, open the heart. Now let your hands fall down by your sides as you kick off the back leg and lift it up till it's parallel to the ground. Torso and left leg parallel to the ground. Now plant the left fingertips in front of the right toes and peel the right hand open. Try to stack the shoulders here by rolling that right shoulder back more. Keep that back leg super activated, it'll help with balance. And then slowly lower the left foot a couple feet behind the right, like pyramid, like reverse triangle. Maybe readjust the left hand up onto a block or onto the shin, and then gaze up at the right hand. Inhale, lengthen through the spine and the back of the neck. Exhale, soften anywhere you can. Hold on to this breath. Lower your right hand down. Bring your hands to your hips and slowly come to standing. Make sure both hips are facing forward. Left toes are kicked out to 45 degrees. See if you can bring your hands into prayer behind you. If not, just press your fists together as high as you can get them up the back. Press into the feet, feel this hinge at the hips and lengthen forward. Pull the belly in out of the way and see if you can bring your forehead down to meet your leg. Soften the traps away from the ears. Now really press down into the right foot to try to lift the right hip up and back to keep your hips the same height. Use this inhale, hold on to it as long as you can. Giving your mind something to do will help your body to release this tension because we're not identifying with our thoughts. We're staying present and with our breath. And by doing so, we're allowing the magic of yoga to move through us and help us to unwind some of this tension we hold on to. Lower your hands down to the ground. Step your left foot forward to meet your right. Sink into the heels, reach the arms forward and then up, sit into the chair. Stand up, find a little backward bend. Exhale, hands to heart. And hands down by your sides. Press into the feet. Take your time. Use your whole inhale to bring your palms together. Before you exhale, find a little more length as you reach up. Exhale, leading with the heart, diving in, lengthening all the way. Belly in and up, fold a little deeper, empty every last drop. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, chaturanga, or just step it back to plank and lower knees, chest, chin, baby cobra. Meeting back in downward facing dog. Bend your knees, sink into the heels. Inhale, ripple forward into plank. Roll to the outside edge of the right foot. Peel the left hand up. Lift the left foot up. Keep it lifted as the left hand plants and you walk it back, three-legged dog. Just walking the hands back a little. Come up on the tippy toes. Exhale, draw your knee to your nose. Step it through like crescent lunge. Press the left knee forward as you draw the left hip back. Use your inhale. See where you can find a little more length, creating space. Use your exhale, soften into that space. Grow visibly softer. Heart stays lifted. Elbows draw towards each other behind you. Open the heart. Arms fall down by your sides. Kick off the back leg. Lift up so everything's parallel to the ground. Find your breath. Activate that back leg. Plant the right fingertips. Peel the left hand up. Maybe the gaze follows as you pull that left shoulder back a little bit more. Slowly lower your right foot a couple feet behind your left like Revolve Triangle. Readjust the right hand. Gaze up at the left hand and try to stack your shoulders. Inhale, lengthen to your spine, the back of your neck, the back of your legs. Exhale, softness anywhere you can. Slowly lower your left hand down. Bring your hands to your hips. Come on up. Make sure your hips face forward. Try to bring the hands into prayer behind your back, or just bring your fists together as high as you can get them. Press down into the feet and dive forward, leading with the heart, hinging at the hips. Start to press into the left foot a little more to help the left hip press up and back to keep it the same height. Tuck the chin, maybe the forehead comes to meet the leg. Use this exhale, soften through the traps. Lower your hands down, step the right foot forward, sit into the chair. Look forward or up if you're finding a backward bend. Sink into the heels a little more, turn and twist the body to the right. And now open the arms, reach the left hand down and the right hand up. Roll the right shoulder back a little more. And now from here, bring the hands together, but keep this openness in the heart and use that little bit more leverage to open the heart just a little bit more. Slowly step the left foot back, find that crescent lunge with the twist, open the arms again, lift the upper body upright, then find that reverse crescent, right hand, left thigh. Stay for one more breath as you press the right knee forward and drop the left heel back. Cartwheel the hands down, inside that right foot, and step the right foot out to the outside edge of the mat. And now maybe you want to lower down to the forearms here. Maybe you keep that back knee lifted, or maybe you lower it down. Let your head be heavy. Find your breath. Now turn the right toes out to the top front corner of the mat and roll to the outside edge of that right foot. Letting your right knee fall open, maybe even helping it open with the right hand. Stay right here, or if you want more, come up onto the left hand, reach the right hand back for the left foot. See if you can grab the pinky toe side of the foot and then kick into the hand, creating some resistance here. Now, as slow as you can, float those toes back down, curl them under, Plant the hands inside that foot. Shoot the right foot up and back, three-legged dog. Bend the knee, open the hips. Head stays heavy, maybe flip it over, wild thing. Press into the feet to lift the hips. Reach through the fingers, relax your head and your neck. Let something go here. Slowly come back to plank, optional vinyasa, or just meet back in downward facing dog. Bend your knees, sink into the heels. Shift your gaze up between the hands, bend your knees and walker hop to the top. Inhale, lift up halfway. And exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, come all the way up. Backward bend a little deeper. Exhale, hands to heart. And hands down by your sides. Inhale, sit into the chair, sweep your arms forward and up. And now open the arms up to the left. And then drop that right arm down inside the left knee. Gaze up at the left hand, twist your heart open. And from here, bring your hands together to peel that left shoulder back even more, rolling the heart towards the thumbs. Slowly step the right foot back. Find that crescent lunge with the twist. Then open the arms back up. Lift the upper body up. Find that reverse crescent, left hand, right thigh. Reach the right hand up. Press the left knee forward. Sink into the right heel. Cartwheel the hands down inside the foot and walk that foot to the outside of the mat. Stay up on the toes or lower down to that knee. Maybe start to lower down to the forearms. Let your head get heavy. Turn your left toes out to the top front corner of the mat. Roll to the outside edge of that left foot. Let the left knee fall open. Maybe your left hand even helps it to open. Staying right here, coming up onto the right hand, reaching the left hand back for that foot. Grabbing the pinky toe side of the foot. Create that resistance here as you kick into the hand and pull the foot in towards the glute. Don't forget to use this inhale. Make it last as long as you can. Let it fill your entire body. Exhale, last just as long. Let it soften all the tension. Slowly, slowly, those toes float down. They curl under. Left foot shoots up and back. Three-legged dog. Bend the knee. Open the hips. Maybe flip it over. Really let something go here. Relax the head and the neck more. Reach through the fingers. Stay with your breath. Slowly come back to plank. Optional vinyasa. Meeting back in downward facing dog. Inhale, ripple forward into plank. Lift your right foot up. Point your toe and flex and point and flex. One more time. Now bring the right knee to the left armpit. And now shoot it back and lower the right foot down. Lift the left foot up. And point, and flex, and point, and flex. One more time. And then draw the left knee to the right armpit. And shoot it back into plank. Walk or slide the feet back into forearm plank. Lowering the elbows down. Keep the back of the neck long. Start to feel the core firing up as you start to rock forward and back. Whenever you've had enough, you stay up on the elbows, but lower your belly to the ground. We'll try to go forward and back 3 more times. All right, lower the belly down. Make sure your shoulders are stacked right over your elbows. Your hands are still really activated because they're helping to draw your belly button forward. And then they draw your heart forward. Shoulders soften back. Chin is parallel to the ground. Now soften, really, really soften through the shoulders, the jaw, the neck. Slowly, slowly turn to gaze over the right shoulder and beyond. Maybe all the way back to the feet. Maybe even a little beyond. Breathe. Let something go. Draw your chin towards that shoulder. Let your head get heavy. And then let your head fall to the center. Maybe circle it around one time. Now just let the head fall heavy to the center and relax the lower body. Maybe shake the hips a little bit. And come back up. Chin parallel to the ground. Hands activated to draw the belly button forward and then the heart forward. Shoulders soften. Slowly, slowly, head turns. Gazing past the left shoulder, back to the feet, maybe beyond. Use your breath. Create some space here. And then soften into that space. If that felt good, draw your chin in towards that shoulder. Let the head get heavy here. And then slowly let the head fall back to center, maybe circling back and forth a little bit with the head. Maybe shaking the lower body a little bit. Okay, now we're going to take a couple minutes to find an inversion. Maybe you're working on headstands or handstands. Maybe you want to use a wall for support. If you don't feel like going upside down today, you can just straighten the legs up towards the ceiling. You can even do this against a wall if you want to. If you're going to do something where all your weight's on your wrists and your shoulders, maybe roll the wrists out a little bit first. If you want, I will show you a way to get into a headstand that you can try if you want to. But if you already have something in your practice, feel free to get right into it. Okay, you can try coming into a headstand this way with your hands just like down dog. Fingers spread wide, hands shoulder width distance. And then your head, very top of your head, comes to touch the mat right in front of your hands. So you're making a triangle with your head and your hands. Your elbows are pointed straight up at the ceiling. And then you curl the toes and lift the hips and walk your feet in as close as you can. And then you see if you have the core strength to just slowly start to lift your feet up from here. If you don't, just work on that for a little bit because that'll build that core strength, trying to lift from there. But if you want to go upside down, but you can't lift from there, the only way you can kick up with momentum is if you're against a wall for support. If you're not getting up from there, maybe you try bringing your knees onto your elbows and lifting from there. Stay with your breath. When you're ready, we'll slowly come back to our mat, finding a child's pose. With your arms reaching back by your sides, with your palms facing up. Slow the breath way down again. Center of your forehead's resting on the mat. Shoulders are rounding down towards the mat. Inhale to that space behind your heart and fill it all the way up. On the exhale, soften and let something go. Now slowly come up to kneeling, spreading the knees just as wide as the hips. Bring the hands to the low back with the fingers pointing up. Scoop the hips forward, lift the heart, and drop the head back into a deep supported backward bend. Stay with your breath. On an inhale, slowly come back up. Bring your knees together. Lower your hips to your heels. Slide your hands down to your knees. Tuck the tailbone all the way under. Tuck the chin all the way to the chest and round into a tight little ball. And then maybe move your head side to side just a little bit, keeping your chin tucked. Slowly come back up. We'll do 2 more sets of camel. Knees as wide as the hips. Maybe you're going to reach back and grab one heel this time and reach your other hand up. Maybe you're going to reach back for both heels, but set it up first. Scoop the hips forward, roll the shoulders open. Press the hips forward, keep lifting the heart. Maybe that right hand reaches down to the right heel. Maybe the left hand reaches up for counterbalance. Stay with your breath. On an inhale, come up, knees together, hips to heels, hands to knees. Tuck it all in real tight. Slowly come back up for one more set. Knees as wide as the hips, hands to low back. Scoop the hips forward, roll the shoulders open, and drop it back. If you grabbed one heel on the other side, go ahead and even things out now. Stay with this breath. On an inhale, come up. Bring your knees together, lower your hips to your heels. And then sit onto the left hip. Straighten the right leg out. Make 90 degrees here with your legs. Kick through the right heel, draw the toes back. Inhale, reach the arms up. Turn the body to face over that right leg. And then reach out, grab whatever you can grab onto. Maybe it's just the knee, maybe it's the foot. Keep kicking through the heel and drawing the toes back. Inhale, lengthen up through the heart and the crown. And then pull the heart towards the foot as you soften through the shoulders. Slowly come back up and we'll switch. Straighten the left leg out. Bring the right foot in. Kick to the left heel. Inhale, arms up. Turn the body, lengthen out. Grab what you can. Inhale, lengthen. Hold on to this breath. Exhale, soften. Let something go. Slowly, gently release. Okay, now we're going to bring the feet flat on the ground. We're going to hook the big toes with the peace sign fingers and lift the feet up off the ground. Try to balance here. We're going to straighten the right leg. Kick through the right heel. It's okay if the leg's not straight, but just keep kicking through the heel. And then we'll switch. Stay with your breath. We'll do this a couple times. And when and if you're ready, we'll straighten into both legs, kicking through the heels, lifting through the heart, finding balance. If you feel up to it, roll back onto your back. Keep a hold of your toes. Maybe they touch the ground. Maybe you can roll back up and find that balance again, straightening into the legs. Try it a couple times. And then bring the soles of the feet together and try to lower the knees down to open the hips. Now really press the feet together and see how that'll create some more space for the hips for the knees to fall into as the hips start to open. Now start to pull the upper body forward. Let your head become heavy. Slowly come back up. Use your hands to draw your knees up. Reach your hands forward. Slowly roll onto your back. We'll come right back into a plow. Try to get the toes to touch the ground behind your head. Relax your head and your neck. Stay with your breath. Bring your hands to your low back, creating a shelf for your hips. Straighten your legs up towards the ceiling, stacking the hips over the shoulders and the feet over the hips. Zip your legs together. Reach up through the balls of the feet. Lift the feet a little higher. Stay with your breath. Lower back into that plow pose for just 2 breaths. Let something go here. Soften through the head and the neck and the shoulders a little more. Reach the hands towards the front of the mat. Press the palms down. Slowly, slowly roll out. 1 vertebrae at a time. Slowly lower your legs down to the ground. Hug your knees into your chest. Hug your right knee into your right hand and your left knee into your left hand, and circle the knees out and then in, out and in. And switch directions. All right, bring your knees together. Cross your right knee over your left. Cactus your arms. Shift your hips to the right a couple inches and lower the knees to the left. Maybe your right toes hook all the way around that calf. Gaze out over the right hand. Relax your shoulders. Close your eyes. See how long you can hold on to this breath. Go deeper than where those thoughts are. If your mind is going, just see it as this activity that you can opt out of, not identifying with any of those thoughts. Giving it something to do by staying with this breath even longer than you thought possible. Maybe you can inhale for 10 seconds by using discipline just to let the tiniest little bit of an airstream in, so you can drag it out as long as you can, really savoring this breath, savoring this moment. Allowing this exhale to soften through the shoulders, the neck, jaw. Let something go. Slowly come back to center. Hug your knees into your chest. And then cross the left knee over the right. Cactus the arms, hips to the left, knees to the right. Maybe toes hook all the way around that calf. Gaze over the left hand. Close your eyes. Relax your shoulders. Relax your shoulders again and again. See if you can stay focused and present to stay with this breath even longer than before. Let something go. Slowly come back to center and hug your knees into your chest one last time. And then let your legs go long on the mat. Bring one hand to your heart and one hand to your belly. Come back to that awareness of the inner body, where you are just awareness. You are not the activity of the mind. You are not this body. You are this loving awareness. Now see if you can have a little faith that this sacred wisdom of yoga will continue helping to unravel you even more here, just by letting go. So we let go of even trying to let go. So instead of on every exhale, trying to soften, just allow it to happen. And imagine that when we're not participating in the activity of the mind, there's this magic that can happen only in this moment. Only in this moment can we heal. Only in this moment can we access that loving awareness. Imagine that without any effort at all, every single breath is helping you to unravel a little more. Letting go of some of these concepts, judgments, ideas, tension in the shoulders, the neck. It's all the same. See if you can just feel it melting away without any effort, just witnessing it. No barking. Don't do it, Chevy. Don't do it. No, go girl. I had a really wild experience in my meditation yesterday. I was feeling this really elevated state, like that anything was possible, that I've only really felt to that degree on mind-altering substances, but this was stone cold sober. I felt this limitless potential. And then for some reason I got caught back in the thought realm where I had this thought where like, wow, if anything's possible, why can't I just snap my fingers and have my house be clean and all the stuff I need to do be done? And like this momentum kept building, this like limitless potential. I felt like I was about to burst. And then all of a sudden, like I saw through it and I started laughing so hard. And it was like, I saw that the magic is that I get to pick my magical ass up, out, go into the living room and move all this magical stuff around and put it right where I want it and have it be cleaned in a way cooler fashion than snapping my fingers. I get to put on some music and move my body in a loving, methodical way or in a weird, freaky way while I create whatever I want with my hands. And I just laughed because it was so obvious in the moment that I had grabbed onto this idea of what I thought magic would look like, of like, I snap my fingers and it's done, even though I wouldn't even want it to be that way. I think it's way neater, the way that God or the way the universe has designed it, where I get to move my body in this way of, then I get all the pings of like, I did the thing and now I feel satisfied and accomplished. And it's way more deep and intricate than snapping the fingers. And I'm probably not even ready for that kind of magic, probably don't even have enough responsibility for that kind of magic. And it was like I realized that we just hold on to these ideas of what something should look like and then miss the magic. Like all of the things that have to be going on for us to be able to be here in this dimension, moving through this space and time, creating whatever we like, is magical. But we get hung up on these ideas that it should look different than it does, and then go, oh, but I have to go move all this stuff around. And it's like, or I get to move all this magical stuff. Yeah, okay, I can say, I have all this stuff I don't need. Where am I going to put it? Or I can be like, oh man, my mom gave me this book. I love this book. And my peppermint oil, you all know how I feel about my peppermint oil. And it was just like one of those moments where it doesn't sound that profound, but it was like, oh yeah, this is the magic. I don't need to reach for it. It's here. When you're ready, slowly come back and see if you can feel this magic I'm speaking of that's all around us. And see if you can notice that just by carving out this time and space to stay with our breath and go a little deeper than the thought, makes you a little more able to see the magic all around us. To see this limitless potential that's always flirting with all of our senses. Inhale your arms up one more time, and then exhale your hands to your heart. And now let your head bow to the wisdom of the heart. Lift the thumbs to the space above the eyebrows and take a moment to thank yourself for showing up. May all beings everywhere be free from pain and suffering. May our thoughts and actions in some way contribute to that. Namaste. Oh, thanks.